timeout. 12-10 is your score. Hilltoppers up by 2 with 14-10 remaining in this first half. I want to thank you again for spending part of your Saturday afternoon with us here on GoHilltoppers.com, here on the Hilltoppers Sports Network. I'm the Smash, Justin Simmons. Big game here at the Recreation and Convocation Center. Men's basketball action for you here as the Hilltoppers are playing host to a very tough Angelo State Rams. Women were in action earlier. They were victorious, putting in 95 over Schreiner University here earlier today. Keani Clark, the leading scorer in that contest. Quay King with the hesitation and the fallback fadeaway shot that goes. We're tied at 12. Quay King, the leading scorer when it comes for points per game average for Angelo State. Watkins trying to get that shot from the elbow to go. It's been a difficult shot in general for the Hilltoppers to find the mark on. Now skying towards the lane, taking the contact and getting the finish was Lorenzo Dillard. You can see Angelo State, the bigger of the two squads here, with a lot of speed to boot. Inside now for Ethan Gilbert. He'll take the shot. He was challenged late, and it will fall short. Keeping it in play was Dillard, now coming the other way. Off of the hesitation, good defense recovery by Ethan Gilbert to force that shot our way. Back to Gilbert. Gramlich, he has a good look for three, and he will miss short. Rebound is controlled by Quay King, and now given to Lorenzo Dillard, who will run the point. Rebounds will be an issue against this taller squad for head coach Andre Cook. Skying towards the rim, a very difficult shot that misses his mark entirely by Lorenzo Dillard. Burden trying to come the other way, and he has it denied on the fast break. Back to Dillard. This gives it to Quay King with a hand in his face. It didn't matter. He still misses as the rebound controlled rather authoritatively by Ethan Gilbert. Sean Watkins slowing things down here. He does lead the Hilltoppers in assists this season when it comes to 4.1 per game. To Gramlich, off of that hesitation, nowhere to go. Back to Ramir Burden on this left wing. 7 on the shot clock. Taylor will take it for 3. He'll miss short. Tough shooting so far for the Hilltoppers as they started off this game red hot and now have found themselves ice cold. Shiktaya from long distance 3, even for the big man, still no good. Still, Angelo State up by 2. Taylor driving the lane, gets his man in the air, and he will draw the foul. James Taylor will be going to the line, shooting 2. Hilltoppers looking to make a couple of changes, though. So let's see who comes in. It will be Corey McKendry. Well, we'll get to it after the timeout. Timeout will be taken, 11:58. Let's go ahead and keep it here as I was trying to go through some of those stats for you here. Not the biggest stat guy myself. I like to watch the game, prefer the eye test, but let's take a look at how things are proving on the court so far. Let's talk about the leading scorers. Lorenzo Dillard, he leads the way for Angelo State with 6, Quay King with 4, Prince Foster and Devontae Pratt each with 2. As for the Hilltoppers, John Gramlich leading the way with 7 points. Sean Watkins, Ethan Gilbert each chiming in with 2, and then Ramir Burden with his lone free throw. And that's why we find ourselves at 14-12 in favor of the number 16 team in the nation, Angelo State. Hilltoppers hanging tough, but just by even looking at my rosters here, I mean, legitimate 6'11", 6'10" players standing for Angelo State. The Hilltoppers' tallest player is Alex Doria, and I don't believe he's even suited up for this contest at 6'9". So the Hilltoppers undersized, but not underpowered, that's for sure. This team has grit. Head coach Andre Cook has instilled that ever since his first season here. Now in his 8th season, part of that Skidmore College Hall of Fame as a former point guard himself. He's assisted by Taylor Land, who also came to St. Edwards, Cooper Land, and then Trey Lindsay, his graduate assistant, who also played for head coach Andre Cook and the Hilltoppers. At the free throw line from Houston, Texas, is James Taylor, who hits it and pulls the game back in within 1. One thing about the Hilltoppers, they have never been a strong free throw shooting team, but Taylor trying to change those perceptions by nailing his first 2 free throws, as Corey McKendry will come in to replace him. We're tied back at 14, 11 minutes and 55 seconds left in this first half of play of what has been a thrilling contest thus far. Inside to King. King muscling it up, and King will get the foul. John Gramlich saying that he was getting pushed all around. Coach Andre Cook trying to make the argument for his player in John Gramlich, but King, the leading scorer for Angelo State all season, with a little shimmy before the free throw, and that will go. Old school three-point play gives Angelo State the 3-point lead, 17-14. Now in the contest, Mark Patterson. It's been a pleasant surprise for the Hilltoppers, has Patterson. Gramlich looking for that screen from McKendry. He does get it, but McKendry has the matchup that he wants. Gramlich will dribble, and then he will shoot. The #1 3-point assassin for St. Edward's University, John Gramlich, ties the game back up at 17. 11 minutes and 20 seconds remain. Andre Nikita now in the contest. Angelo State driving the lane and getting the floater to fall was Devontae Pratt. Mark Patterson with the basketball here as he gets it to Landon Gosling. Gosling to the top of the key, back to Patterson. Head coach Andre Cook just keep on saying to move. It looks like they're trying to get the ball to Gramlich. He has it with his hands, and 10 seconds left. Gramlich kick out pass. The shot taken from 3, and it will clink off the front of the rim. McKendry looking to go up, and he'll take an elbow to the face for his trouble. But Justin Hollis from Houston, Texas, he'll get whistled for the foul. And that is the 5th team foul for Angelo State. It should be a 1-and-1 opportunity. Or no, excuse me, that's right. It is that subtle change that we have to make between the men and women's game. If it was the quarters, yes, that would be a 1-and-1 opportunity. But since we're playing the halves, we have to wait till we get to 7. 10 will bring you to the double bonus. Gosling with the ball down the baseline, going up, and he will draw the foul. The foul will be called on Prince Foster, the senior from Miami, Florida. Thought it was in the act of shooting. That was not the case, so it will just be inbound instead. Mark Patterson now has it. Back to Gosling at the top of the key. One-on-one defense here, and getting his pocket picked was Ramir Burden. Now the Hilltoppers have to recover on defense. Burden gets messed up in transition as he leaves wide open Prince Foster, who has the easy scroll to the lane and gets the 2. 21-17, 10:15 left in this first half of play. Mark Patterson running the point for the Hilltoppers. He gets it to Ramir Burden, who has been quiet in this first half. Over to Ethan Gilbert, back to Burden. Gosling will take the shot from behind the arc, and it will be like a fast food restaurant, in and out. Less than 10 remaining in this first half of play. Angelo State with the basketball. This is Andre Nikita, the point guard. From San Diego, California, Angelo State searching far and wide for its players. A lot of D1 transfers on this roster. The shot taken from the corner. It is no good by Devontae Pratt. The rebound is controlled by the Hilltoppers. Patterson with it, looking for Ethan Gilbert. Instead gets it to Gosling, who goes baseline. Falling out of play, gets it back to Patterson, who can't get it to fall inside the paint. And then Corey McKendry will get called for the foul as he pushes down. I want to say it was Angelo State's Gustav Pujols from Riga Latvia. Angelo State's basketball with 9:25 remaining. They have the 21-17 lead here in this first half of play. Dillard one-on-one with Patterson. And we will have a foul called. A little too much physical play underneath near that baseline. And it will be called against Angelo State. That is their 6th team foul. One more will put the Hilltoppers into the 1-and-1. Patterson trying to get open to no avail. Ramir Burden able to come across and get the ball. Patterson running the point. Over to Corey McKendry. Gosling takes his dribble and steps in. The shot will rim out yet again. The Hilltoppers cannot buy a bucket right now. Coming on the fast break, Angelo State held up in midair, and there will be a foul called. It looks like it will be going against Mark Patterson, and he fouled Lorenzo Dillard.
At the line for the Rams, number 3, Lorenzo Dillard.
Dillard has 6. He can tie it for the team high with this free throw made. He will be shooting 2. He does have 7 now. Team high along with Quay King. Bramlett leads the way in all scorers with 10. He's currently on the bench. Hilltoppers now put in Alex Dosh. So Dosh now into the contest for the Hilltoppers. 23-17, the pass inside. Ramir Burden trying to find some room to get working. Spins and has to kick out the pass to the top of the key. Gosling will drive the lane. McKendry can't get the putback to go. It'll be Hilltopper inbound underneath their, Hilltopper inbound underneath their own basket. It's the second time in 2 games I've seen that happen where an opposite team member will stand like they're going to inbound the ball. Foul will be called against St. Ed's. And the foul is called against the aforementioned Alex Dosh. 23-17, 8 minutes and 30 seconds remain. The Hilltoppers with 17 fouls have put Angelo State in the one-on-one situations here. Taking it and trying to get to the rim, can't get the finish, was Michael Thomas. Thomas, a tall fella. Patterson into the lane, wrap around pass, and to get it to go! The delicious dime served up by Mark Patterson. Corey McKendry gets the finish, and now the Hilltoppers have a chance at an old-school three-point play. They can cut into the lead, make it a three-point game as well. And with that foul, that is number 7, puts the Hilltoppers in the 1-1. Corey McKendry, cold-blooded as he nails the free throw. Pulls the Hilltoppers within 3. Both teams with 17 fouls apiece. 8:13 left in this first quarter of play. The Hilltoppers, very dangerous against this number 16th ranked Angelo State Rams squad. With the ball here on the near side wing is Lorenzo Dillard, and he will travel. Dillard not happy with the call. Dillard slow to get up as well. Dillard gingerly walking away from where he fell. And now we'll have an inbound for the Hilltoppers down this sideline. McKendry gets it, and he'll continue his dribble. Back over to Ramir Burden. And now to Mark Patterson. Patterson at the top of the key as the Hilltoppers run their offensive set. Gosling to Dosh. Back to Patterson with nowhere to go. Patterson to Burden. Burden will drive the lane. He has 3 players convened down on him. He makes the right pass, but will draw the foul in the meantime. And this will be a 1-on-1 opportunity for St. Ed's. Timeout coming. It will be taken by head coach Cinco Boone. And we're going to take a timeout along with them. Hey, folks, why don't you go ahead and be part of the discussion. Follow us on Twitter at SEU Athletics and as well as SEUM Basketball for men's basketball. And you can be part of the discussion. Also, don't forget hashtag Toppers Up, hashtag Fear the GOAT. Again, your score at the timeout, Angelo State ahead of the Hilltoppers, only by 3, 23-20, here on GoHilltoppers.com.
If they make the half-court shot, they will win a $100 gift card to Chick-fil-A. Let's make some noise. Great job, fellas.
Folks, we're always having a good time courtside here at the Recreation and Convocation Center, and big ups to the cheerleaders and the cheerleading coach who devised some of those games that we do have during our halftime here. Very exciting with the half-court shot. Almost saw one lucky college student, and you know every college student can use an extra bit of cash, but could have came away with some money right there. They had hit that half-court shot. Both of them coming close, but no cigar. Back to the action now as we find ourselves at the free throw line with Ramir Burden. 1-on-1 situation, and his shot is good, so that means that the game is now pulled within 2. It is 23-21, 7:43 out of the timeout here on GoHilltoppers.com as the Hilltoppers are down by 2. And Burden's second shot from the free throw line, despite the slight hesitation, and his shot is also good. 23-22. That's Ramir Burden's third point of the contest. Mark Patterson will be whistled for the foul. A lot of shoulder-to-shoulder action there as Prince Foster makes him commit. Coach Andre Cook turned around. He didn't even believe what happened there. Both teams now with 8 fouls apiece. Prince Foster back in as he checks in. I want to say that was Pusov. As the first shot of the 1-on-1 is made by Prince Foster. 24-22 to put it back up to 3. Foster shot from the free throw line. It misses, so it's still a 2-point game. Head coach Andre Cook calling out the offensive set that he wants to see. Mark Patterson, I should say, at the point guard. Gosling, great dish inside. Patterson still with it. The kick out pass to Burden. This is the situation he wants. 1-on-1, trying to get that screen. A lot of motion being applied here by this offense. Gosling getting the pass, and he'll go to the lane, but a foul will be called before that. Gosling will be pulled out of this game as as John Gramlich will come back into the contest. So you got Gramlich, McKendry, Patterson, along with Dosh and Ramir Burden, your 5 on the court for the Hilltoppers at the moment. With the basketball, long range 2, it will clink out. Mark Patterson gets the rebound. With Gramlich in the game, look for the Hilltoppers to try to get him free and to launch the 3 if possible. Patterson, he'll take a shot with a wide open look, and he'll nail it. Patterson's shot ties up this contest with 6:33 left in this first half, 24-24. And remember, Angelo State, the number 16th ranked team in the NCAA. Shikaya with a slight hesitation, slight move, instead passes it down inside the paint, and that was one pass too many as it's taken away by the Hilltoppers, and now they have an opportunity to take the lead here. Ramir Burden, 1-on-1 with Quay King, and now we have the isolation. Ramir Burden will pop up and shoot, no good, and Kendry, he couldn't get the rebound. Coming the other way, this is Dillard. The pass a little Arwi. Quay King, the fall away 3, no good. Shikaya, he was running in from out of nowhere. And we will have a foul called, and this will be against Alex Dosh.
Foul on number 22, Alex Dosh.
Now Dosh is listed at 6'7", so trying to get some height out there to match up with these big bodies, but that is his second foul, so it will be an early first half for him. Patterson, who's played well, will come off as well. And now we have Sean Watkins back into the contest, the original starting point guard, along with starter James Taylor. So Thomas Shikaya at the free throw line, the 1-on-1 situation. The big man has such a sweet touch as the first one does drop and re-gives the lead to Angelo State, 25-24. The second shot from Shikaya coming up and is also good. 2-point game now, 26-24, 5:45 and counting in this first half of play. Hilltoppers shooting low from behind the arc by their standards, only 28% from behind the 3. That number will have to improve if they look to stay with this physical, athletically gifted Angelo State squad. Gramlich one-on-one, going with the crossover, the spin, the fadeaway, he gets it to go! Great basketball moves, textbook stuff there when it comes to the crossover and then the fadeaway jumper to fall, and we're all tied up yet again, 26 apiece. But this is Quay King, the behind-the-back fadeaway. He will miss off the front of the glass. It will be John Gramlich who gets the rebound. Skying that bounce pass to Ramir Burden. The delicious dish by John Gramlich. And Ramir Burden gives the Hilltoppers the 28-26 lead now with 4:50 remaining in this first half of play. John Gramlich has elevated his game here in the first half. Quay King loses the ball off of the foot of Shikaya, but he will maintain the dribble. One-on-one and getting by Ethan Gilbert and making it look easy was Devontae Pratt, the senior from Toledo, Ohio. Coming the other way, Burden. It should be a goaltend. And that will be the call. So goaltending, those points will go to Ramir Burden, and it's now 30-28 as Gosling gets put back into the contest. So now we have Watkins, Gosling, Burden, Gilbert, and James Taylor. As for Angelo State, it's Lorenzo Dillard along with Devontae Pratt. And setting the screen here is Hollis. Going to the lane and making it look too easy was Lorenzo Dillard. Watkins with the basketball. We're tied 30-30 with 4:13 left. The shot taken, and the shot will rim out. Too hard off of the back iron. With the rebound, it's Dillard, and he's not slowing down. Skying to the rack and gets the right-handed finish on the wrong side of the basket. Gives his team the lead yet again, 32-30, in what has been a track meet of a first half between these two schools. St. Ed's going against San Angelo State. Or Angelo State, which is based in San Angelo, Texas, I should say. Watkins with the basketball here on the right wing. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Gilbert has it. Gilbert going to the rack, doing his best Dr. J impression. He's able to swing it underneath and put it on the other side. What a move inside and in danger by Ethan Gilbert. 32-32 with 3:20 left. The kick out pass, wide open look, and he crushes it. Does Andre Nikita for Angelo State. They have the lead once again, 32-30 with 3:05 left in this first half of play. Watkins inside, did they find Gilbert? He takes the contact and can't get it to go, but he will be shooting two. Hilltoppers playing tough against Angelo State. And we will have a timeout here, 34-32. I don't think the Rams would think it was going to be this close. The Hilltoppers expecting to get a victory here today, and they're playing like a team that means business. We'll take a quick timeout with 3:02 left. Again, it's only a 2-point game with the Hilltoppers having a possibility to even things up out of that timeout at the free throw line. We'll see if it happens, all that and more here on the Hilltopper Sports Network on GoHilltoppers.com.